going on, everybody? It's your host, Wayne's World, and we are back with episode 7 Alpha Male versus Beta Male. I like to speak a lot about the alpha, but I will definitely want to touch on the beta males. These are two terms that we now use nowadays. And for someone who doesn't know what these terms are, an alpha male is someone who takes charge and imposes their will on others and not the other way around. Other men want to be this alpha male. Women want to be with this alpha male. An alpha male can intimidate and is unquestionably in charge no matter what the situation is. A beta male is someone who does not embody masculinity and is very in touch with their feminine side. It can sometimes even mean that they can be perceived to be feminist. You know, the terms white knights. If you do not know which side of the coin that you are on, here are some characteristic traits of alpha and beta males. If you are an alpha male, you are very aware of your social status. These are the people that constantly let you know their level of, it can be fame, the level of how much they're liked, how many friends they have, how many people they know here and there. You feel like they're above everyone else. They're usually the good looking one in the room that the women flock to. And to an alpha male, appearance is all that matters. These guys are usually leaders and are very effective at being leaders. They strive to be the best, most developed man in the room, the most accomplished, I should say. They usually try to take the spot of another alpha male who is at a higher social status than they are. It could be at a Fortune 500 company, it can be at a small business, it can be an organization, it can be a private organization. No matter what the platform or group is, they try to take the spot of the male that's above them by any means necessary. And the reason why they do that, because they are never afraid of conflict. In fact, they embrace conflict. They usually can get any woman they want. So ladies, if you're dealing with an alpha male, usually they tell themselves that they've had choices. An alpha male usually has a vision in life of where they want to be. They're never really happy or satisfied where they at. They always want more. Unlike a beta male, who is usually for the now. They're never really looking towards the future. Most of the time. Can't say all beta males think that way. But unlike a beta male, an alpha male usually takes responsibility of where they're at in their life. They don't really blame others for where they are. An alpha male can walk into a room and read everyone in the room before he even speaks to anybody. And they love the fact that they can do that. To them, it shows a strong sensibility of their surroundings. If you ever speak to an alpha, you'll see the strong body language that they carry. Sometimes it can give off a demeanor of them being bigger than what they really are, but that's because of their mentality, their thinking. An alpha male thinks logically and plans ahead. They always plan for any obstacles that can possibly come in the way. So there's a real big security factor when you're dealing with an alpha male. Now, I want to touch on beta males. Ladies, gentlemen, if you're a beta male, these are the guys who care about what the woman wants in bed. So they will ask you what you like during sex. They will ask you what you need, how you want it. It's all on you. An alpha male won't really care for you to tell them what you like in bed, because in their mindset, they know what they're doing. And they don't need your advice. A beta male, to them, is never all about sex. Especially in a relationship, if the sex isn't good, or maybe it's okay, they look at other things to see the positive end. A beta male will protect you at all costs. Even in spite of hurting himself, he will protect you. He's got interest in things outside of himself. They're very reliable, and they don't take little things for granted. They aren't afraid of commitment, and the communication door is always open when dealing with a beta male. They will never forget the important days of the year. Birthdays, holidays, special occasions, whatever it may be, a beta male usually does not forget. Now, usually I like to give scenarios out just to get my listeners to understand a little more in depth of what I mean on the topics I speak of. Let's just say a couple was in a bickerment. They're in a relationship, they're in a bickerment. Small, huge, doesn't matter. They're in a bickerment, an argument. And everyone knows women think emotionally first, logically second. An alpha male knows this. And an alpha male thinks logic only. They don't put emotion into their process of thinking. So if you're arguing with a male and they seem to be nonchalant or tend to walk away, it's not that they're ignoring what you're saying. It's not that they don't care. It's just that they understand that you're thinking emotionally, and they cannot talk to you that way until you hit the second stage of logic, because you're not going to understand how to get to the best solution possible of the problem if you're thinking with just emotion. So that problem usually hatches itself out once the female hits logic mode. A beta male, on the other hand, will tend to engage in that emotional argument with emotion himself. And that tends to prolong an argument because no one is really hearing the other, because everyone's emotionally thinking, reacting, and not really trying to understand. So fellas, if you're a beta male, you can meet the right woman or the right person or be around a certain circumstance and become an alpha male. Just like alpha males can become beta males. I myself consider myself an alpha male, not because of social status, but the fact that I carry myself like an alpha. I move and think like an alpha. To me, it's all a mindset and not really physical. And ladies, if you're looking for an alpha or a beta male, in a relationship, or you're looking to figure out which one you have, these are some traits that I hope you find helpful. This is your host, Wayne's World. That was episode 7, Alpha Male versus Beta Male. I'd like to thank everyone who subscribes, supports, follows, interacts, and likes this channel / podcast. If you have any thoughts on the topics that we have spoke about to this point, feel free to email us at galoretalk@gmail.com. You can DM us on Instagram at talk_galore, or you can hit us up on Facebook at items galore. Feel free to email us, inbox us, follow us, and let us know any topics you think should be brought up or spoken about. I'd like to thank everyone who's already supported and interacted with us. I'd like to thank you in advance for the people who are going to interact and support us. And I would like to let it be known that we are now on iHeartRadio. So you can find us there as well. As I stated, this is your host, Wayne's World. We are out of here, and we'll bring you episode 8 very soon.